questions off with Jeremy.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on the draw. Are you proud of the intensity that your team showed on the pitch today?
Yeah, I think you was in the press conference yesterday, yeah, and I think that is really what I wanted to see tonight. I actually thought it was one of our best performances of the season, for different reasons. For the adversity that we faced over the last 4 games, for the adversity that we faced in the game from the first minute to the last minute, in terms of things going for us, things going against us, things not going in the way that we wanted them to go, in terms of some of the things that were happening on the pitch. But I thought my team showed. Yesterday I said cojones. Today they showed más cojones que anything. So I thought their drive, their spirit, their togetherness, and we just had the legends in the dressing room. You know, after the game, we took them in the dressing room, and I wanted them in the dressing room because I think when you think about this football club, you think about this city. I thought that night tonight summed up what we're about as a city and as a football club. We celebrate our past, we respect our past, we respect our legends, and the whole crowd got behind the team for the whole 90, should have been 98 minutes, but it was 94 minutes. And I just thought it was one of those special nights. You get special nights at Providence Park, and even though we've only drawn the game, I thought it was a special night for this group of young players. I thought tonight they went from boys to men. And I say from boys to men because they grew up, they dug in. And I told them before the game, I said to them that you'll win this game of football today. And even if we didn't win, it would have a feeling that we'd won. And that's the feeling that we have.
Hi, Phil. What did you learn in those last 10 minutes where you tied a game and that you can carry on for the next match against such a tough opponent like LAFC?
Yeah, I think a team that never quits, a team that never gives in, a team that's up against the wall, because we've been struggling and we've been wobbling, and we accepted that and we take accountability for that. I thought it was a team that was never, ever, ever going to get beat. And that was through their spirit that they're forming, about their growth and their development that they're forming. And I think before the game, what we spoke about is a little bit about the past of this football club, about what it takes to win. And to win, it hurts. To win, you've got to go beyond your limits. And I thought today, some of those players, when they were tired, they were fatigued, they've had 3-game weeks, we've travelled, we've suffered disappointments, we've suffered injuries, we've suffered bad decisions. I thought those players pushed themselves beyond their capabilities. And I'm thinking Mosquera, Santi Moreno. They're just 2 players that stand out at the top of my mind. Ayala probably shouldn't have played the game, and he just didn't want to come off. And yes, there was times in the game when he gave a pass away, but that kid showed courage. And I'd say that probably our best player on the pitch was Dario Zuparic, who's been ill for the last 10 days. And I thought he was the best player on the pitch. Played in the centre of that back 3. I thought him and Finn and Jimmer fed off his experience and his big game mentality.
Hey, Phil. I want to follow up kind of with that. We saw some guys get a chance to start. I think Christian had his 3rd start of this season. And I was really impressed with the energy and the drive he had. And Zuparic was another one that I thought was really great, who had kind of been a bench player. So just talking about the depth that you've had to draw on with our injuries, and then what you saw out of those guys that usually don't get a chance to start.
Yeah, well, I think sometimes, and I got really good experience of this because I was always one of those, 50% of my career in one club, I was a bench guy. I played every other game. And so I remember my father sitting down with me one day and because I'd been benched and then I played the next game, I didn't play well. And he said, look, you can't sulk. If you're going to play like that, you'll be back on the bench the next game. So there becomes a time in the season when the depth of the squad has to be tested. And we are being tested. And I'd say those moments that then players have had difficulties and they've thought that their chances weren't going to be coming. Now their chances are coming and they need to step up. And I thought that we wanted to pick a team today that was 7 out of 10 in terms of reliability. I think Christian Paredes is that player. I think Ian Smith is that player. Pipe Mora is that player. What you see on the tin is what you're going to eat. And I thought that with the week that we've had, the run that we're on, with the expectation of tonight, I went back to sort of like some tried and trusted players that I knew I could rely on, that produced outstanding performances. Paredes was outstanding. Every time he comes in, he's outstanding. Every time we drop him, he's outstanding. Every time he comes back in, he's outstanding. So I think what we see from these players is that they just want to play for this team and fight for this team. And I'm super proud of the depth players that came in. And there was nobody I was more pleased with than Omir Fernandez. Because Omir Fernandez, I think the last 2 games has played well below his level. And he knows it. And we got him in yesterday. And I was firm on him. I said, this is not the Omir Fernandez that we signed. And we want better, and we want you to play with freedom. And today, what we said in the last 10 minutes, he got forward. He probably could have had 2 goals, never mind 1. And I was super proud of the courage that he showed.
Phil, I was just going to follow with a question about Omir. You have a lot of former Timbers players here today who made their legends because they scored goals in moments like that.
Yeah,
that's Omir's first career goal. He's been in our first career MLS goal.
Timbers goal.
Oh. First Timbers goal. I'm making stuff
I was going
up.
to say, it was a career goal. He's not a good career.
Yeah. Social media
I'm
10:30.
I'm just making stuff up here. First career Timbers goal for him to come in and kind of like.
Should we start again?
Hey Phil, congratulations.
How are you doing? Are you okay?
Congratulations on the draw. Your thoughts on the match? No, just for him to kind of have his first Timbers moment on a night like that. What can that mean for a player kind of going forward for you guys?
I think in a football club or in a career when you join a football club, you need a moment, and that moment is it's good for the fans. It's good for your teammates to celebrate with you. And now, I think what we said to Omir yesterday is that he's played for New York Red Bulls and he's played for Colorado, who play a similar type high tempo game. And we want him to be that player that just runs and runs and runs. That's why we recruited him. That's why we traded for him. I thought early on he did really well when he came into games. I thought the last couple of games he just lost a little bit of his confidence, and I thought he came into the game outstanding. He's got really good game knowledge about coming into the game. He picks up the tempo of the game really well, and tonight we hope that this is his moment to catapult himself forward, because there is a position up for grabs on that left hand side, and Ari did well, and Omir came in and did well as well.
Phil, around the hour mark, it turned into a track meet for a little bit. You guys had 2 counterattack chances. They had 2 going the other way as well. It was the first time in the game it really opened up. When those moments are happening, what's running through your mind as a coach? Do you enjoy that, or do you want it to be more within possession and calm down?
Well, we wanted to control the game, and we wanted to stop counterattacks. I think before the game we said if we control counterattacks and we defend set plays, we'll win the game. We did one really well, and we conceded a goal from a set play, which I didn't think was a foul. I thought a lot of the fouls weren't fouls, but so I thought we did 90% of the game plan really well. We defended set plays incredibly well up until that one moment, and I thought we controlled most of the counter-attacks through our back 3 plus Ayala in midfield. I thought our tactical discipline was as good as we've had all season, stopping counter-attacks. I thought that's where Zupa, Sermon and Jimmer with his speed were really good. Any ball over the top, we had speed to get back in behind. And we knew we was playing up against a team that play the percentages, play a certain brand of football that put crosses in. Every time there was a free kick, they played it direct. And I thought we handled it pretty well up until the point of the goal. And then when the goal went in, we could have folded. We could have felt sorry for ourselves. But I saw a reaction that I think even by my positivity, it even surprised me. In terms of the courage that they show to come back into the game.
Okay, 2 last questions, Sam then Fletcher.
Following up, you said tactical discipline. It seemed like for a team, Minnesota, which is, like you said, kind of built their brand off of counterattacks, quick transition play. It seems for a vast majority of the game, you had it pretty covered, like you said. Was that anything specific in how you set the team up tonight to counter that? Was it just players kind of rising to the occasion, or how did you feel like your team kind of did a good job of stopping those things tonight?
Well, I thought we were more aggressive. I thought we were on the front foot. I think the last 2 or 3 games we've asked our centre forwards to come probably a little bit too deep, and there's been a dropping off of our intensity levels. I think I said it after the last game, and I wanted us to be really aggressive on the front foot, win the ball high, force them to kick long. forced them to go back to the keeper and to punt it long, and that's what we found for much of the game. We didn't allow them any opportunities for. Gressel didn't really get many opportunities to deliver from the right. Rosales on the left didn't get anything at all. So I thought we were really aggressive. It started from the front, and our intensity levels were, I think, something that they, I think, struggled with at times, and that's why they didn't get really that much. Pereira didn't get much in the game. They always had a Longwani, Alawaseni, and Yaboa when he came on, when the game opened up. They always had that movement, but I always felt that we were in control.
Kind of a two-parter here to finish up, I guess, would be how did you feel about the attack in terms of seeming to struggle to create a lot of really good opportunities over the past 6 weeks, say? Yeah. And how do you carry that forward, or can you build upon that over these last 11 games of the season? Hard to believe we're kind of already at that point. Yeah, well, we've got to get our goal scorers scoring, and that's obvious. I think the teams up at the top of the league have got their scorers scoring. We need our injured players back quick. I think that's obvious. And we need to give better support to Pipe and Kevin Kelsey and Gage Guerra. We need to give better support to them in the last 10 minutes of the game. Look, I thought Pipe had a really good chance in the first half with a header and a volley and on a counter-attack. I thought Santi had a really good opportunity with his left foot where he just dragged when he was one-on-one. So I thought we were the team that created the better chances. It's just that they're not really clear-cut chances. The chance that we scored with, Kelsey Moore need one of those chances. They need them. We need them to start scoring goals. Once they start scoring goals, we're going to go up the league again. But it's tight. There's not many results gone many teams' way this week. It's been a funny week in the MLS for results, and we've dug in and we've took a point out of a week where there was 9 points. So you'd say it's been a really disappointing week, but we finished it on a real high. We finished it propelling forward. And we're going to a game next week against another one of our rivals where we have to win the game. And I say that that is something, like I said to you yesterday, that's something that really turns me on as a manager. The big games, when you've really got to earn your money, is now's the time where I've got to take responsibility for this team and earn my money. And I've got full confidence in myself. But more importantly, I've got full confidence in that dressing room.